All right, listen, gentlemen. Let me apologize to you guys. At least today we are starting on my default time. So thank you guys so much for the opportunity. This is J Randy here, and we are back. Yes, we are back, and thank you so much for staying put. We got a very interesting program here tonight. So please join us here. We got a very interesting program here. Please join us here. So let me try to go back in here and see whether we are getting audio here. Okay, so let's see here. I need the audio here now, so I should be able to hear myself here. Starting on my default. All right, so if you listen to me, this is J Randy here. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here. I think going forward, I'm going to be using this particular laptop until I can figure out what is happening to my output on my Apple laptop. So we will be using this laptop going forward. All right. So I apologize for yesterday and again for the time. I know we started on a good foot, but please share the video. I'm back and I'm sure now you can hear me. All right, guys. So let's get the ball rolling here with something interesting here. All right. So what do we have on the list here today? First of all, we were in the news and we listened to somebody here. So let's start with the person here first.
It's really bashing you specific here to the media. If anybody is on their phone and can reach my page, if you can pull that up. You know, about 10 persons called me this morning and said, Mr. Henry Costa is really bashing you for the post he saw on social media. And my response to many of them was that if Henry Costa told you that in 2013, Professor Wilson Tapper gave him his tuition to go to school in Delaware, and at the end of the day, since 2013 till now, he cannot provide you a certificate or an associate degree, you should know by now that he's gone. And they said, well, that's what he's bashing you about. And I said, maybe he does not know the difference between a statement and a question. And I'm sure that you are referencing the question I asked. Is it ALJA, meaning the Association of Liberian Journalists in the Americas, or Cartoon Pushers Association? That can be in no way construed to mean talking to all the Liberian people in America. It was very specific. I'm challenging you to go there and see it. And it ended with a question mark. Is it the Association of Liberian Journalists in the Americas or the Association of Cartoon Pushers? So I'm being direct. I'm referring to a small group of people that I believe they're not more than 25. Go on their page. But this particular group of people who refer, Madam, have you pulled it up? Because we want your colleagues to see it. These are people in a constant habit of disrespecting the president, making false statements about the president, condemning some of the actions of the president. And that prompted me to ask the question. Because if you have it there with you, bring it. I will show it to the press. You can't say you are the Association of Liberian Journalists in the Americas, and we don't see you on CNN, Al Jazeera, BBC, MSNBC, CBS, The Guardian, The New York Times. But yet, for example, I give you a typical example and I'm challenging you members in the media. The president made a pronouncement declaring the University of Liberia tuition free. Do you know what Alja's response was? That it was just another, wash my hands, meaning I'm quoting him, political gimmick of the president. You members of the media, can you say that pronouncement was a political gimmick, knowing what you know now? And then the same group that was happy for my suspension, you know what a suspension is, and go on that page. They lauded the president for my suspension. And then when he lifted the suspension, they criticized and condemned him for lifting the suspension. It's not insinuating, but clearly indicating that it should have been a direct dismissal. If the president wanted to dismiss me, and he saw it prudent to dismiss me, he would have done so. But he suspended me. And then you commended him for suspending me. And then he lifts the suspension, you condemn him. It means you are somehow academically impaired. Because you should know what a suspension is. So I'm saying to you, go to Alja page. Just go to Google, type in capital letters, ALJA space, spell Liberia. And you as journalists will see what you will see. But you are the ones writing the stories here. You are the ones allowing us to read the story in the newspaper, watch it on television, and somehow hear it on the radio. Now, if you leave from here and go to the United States and put yourselves together as an association of Liberian journalists in the Americas, we expect you to be writing there, promoting the image of the country, but reporting on facts also, with reputable institutions. But the only thing you do is condemn everything we do here. So you're simply trying to say we should have Association of Liberian Janitors in the United States, Association of Liberian ex-military officers in the U.S., Association of Liberian ex-police officers in the U.S. It's not bad to form yourselves into an association of Liberian journalists, but we expect you to be working for Al Jazeera, CNN, MSNBC. Then we know you are an association. Thank you. Can you bring it forward so the press can see it? And so you are bashing me. Here it is right there. Association of Liberian Journalists in America or Association of Cartoon Pushers. Don't disrespect the president. The question mark can be seen right there. It's a question. So then you get up this morning, and because you ate your school fees and you have a Roots FM platform, you try to incite the entire American Liberian in America against me. Well, I have a fan base that can never be tampered with. They respect me for bringing nothing but truth to the table. I bring facts to fiction. And when I displayed and revealed to the Liberian people what Alja really is, they know the backlash they got from the Liberian people. And it is clear that Moses Sandy is an operative of Mr. Alexander Cummings. And he has referred to this president in the most demeaning way. He is disgruntled, and he thinks by doing that he will get a job. But I like to tell Moses Sandy, you will need to apply for one. That is, present your resume. I would like to mention here, owing to your question, that there is a gentleman by the name of Reverend Solomon Weah, M-U-I. He was one of those who made a passionate appeal for my reinstatement, owing to the kind of job I do. And again, the Alja president went there and referred to this man, quote, a fake man of God, with a lot of derogatory statements from the same Alja president. Unbelievable. And so I wasn't talking to Liberians in the diaspora. I wasn't talking to Liberians in America. I was talking to an association, and I was asking them the question, are you an association of Liberian journalists or an association of cartoon pushers? Because we know we should be seeing you on CNN, Al Jazeera, or your writings in the New York Times or the Guardian. Thank you very much.
All right. One thing I will say to folks on the platform, I'm sure you guys can hear me now. So let me see here. Yeah, let me see.
All right. One thing I will say to
All
folks on
right.
the
So
platform, I'm sure you
you
guys
guys
can
can
hear
hear
me
me
now.
now,
So
right?
let me see
Yes.
here. Let me see.
So
All right. One thing I will say to folks on the
so you guys can hear me now. One thing I would like to say to many of you guys here is whenever anything is going on, especially people who have been in the politics, if you send me that information, I will have nothing else to say but to decode the truth and give it to you. So today, I just like to ask this question here. I know Mr. Fago went on a rampage today, and people were inboxing me and calling me saying, "Oh, Fagon this, Fagon that." So I just gave you a little hint about who Fagon is. You just saw that video, right? Now there was another lady. Somebody called and said one couple was on spoon today, washing her mouth. Like bro Mel would say, washing her mouth on Kev Hassan, right? Yes, washing her mouth on Kev Hassan. Is that true? Is anybody here watching know the name of that lady? Please list the name of that lady. Please. I just want to give you guys, I want to make this thing very interactive, right? So, is there anyone here who watched Spoon and saw a lady by the name of one couple? Would you mind giving me her first name? Because we already know her last name, right? So I'm waiting for the answer. But in the meantime, as I'm waiting for the name, I will be posting things here. So let me say hi here. Hi to my sister Comfort here. And let me say hi to Christine here. So if good, good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Christine. Whoever brought that information to me, let me tell you why. I learned that Kev Hassan was very quiet today when that lady was talking, or he couldn't say anything. Am I right? That's the second question. Then we'll go to the detail. From what I heard, that when that lady was speaking, addressing George Weah, Kev Hassan was not really responding, or he was being looked at as somebody who was washing their mouth on Kev Hassan, right? Am I right? Let me see the answer again. What I just said, is it true or not true? Or is it close to the truth? I'm waiting for the answer again. So I want to hear the answer. And then from there, we'll get to what I'm trying to drive out here. So I want to see that answer, folks. Give me that answer. Let me see it, folks. Give me the answer. Let me see. I'm looking for a yes. A simple yes will do it for me. So was that lady who was addressing Kev Hassan today? All right. Was that lady who was addressing Kev Hassan today on Spoon? Was Kev Hassan just quiet and wasn't saying anything? Yes or no, folks? I want to see the answer. Yes or no? Yes or no? Let me check my phone here because my phone couldn't get response. Where is Christine? Christine Ladner. When that lady was addressing, yes. Thank you very much, Doris. Who does Kev Hassan defend on the show? Let's build a puzzle, folks. Let's build a puzzle. You're in the classroom now. You're not on entertainment now. You're in the classroom now. Who Kev Hassan defend on that show? Come on. Who Kev Hassan always defend on that show? Come on, folks. CDC, we are. Thank you. Now, let's go to some specific here, right? Have you ever, most of you guys that watch a Nigerian movie, have you ever seen the gate man or the husband getting mad with the bossman wife or the bossman girlfriend? I will answer that for you. No. Mandala Cooper, and I'm not going to be the one to say it for you, but you're going to see what I'm about to show you here now, and you'll be convinced that when she was talking, K. Hassan was keeping quiet because of what you're about to see is the reason why Kev Hassan was quiet. So let's get to some serious business here. All right. So let's share this video quickly. It's being shared with you guys. So let's get rid of this. All right. And let's say no here. And let's go to Mandela Cooper here. All right. Listen to this here, folks. Model Mandela Cooper gave birth to third child, right? Now, let's go down here. All right. The third times could be the charming Mandela Cooper, who recently gave birth to who? Oh, hold on there, guys. Hold on. I should have done something here. Let me do something here. Sorry, guys. My apologies there. My apologies. Let me get rid of Christine answer here. Forgot to blow the thing off for you guys here. And let me blow this thing off for you guys here. Good. Now you can see it now. All right. So let's go back to the page. So the third time could be, all right, so it's coming from up here, believe from up here. All right, so this article came out October 20, 2014. This is Mandela Cooper here that you guys saw on Facebook, right? The third time could be the charm for Mandela Cooper, who recently gave birth to a child whom she claimed was fathered by Liberian soccer legend George Weah. All right. So who does Hassan work for? Who does Hassan work for? I see my man Henry Cooper here. Henry Williams say for George Weah, right? But then who is Mandela Cooper? Who is Madam Cooper? Folks, who is Madam Cooper? You think Hassan able to make noise in front of Mandela Cooper like that? You think Hassan able to go make noise in front of a woman like that? You really think so? You really think Hassan able to go make noise in front of a woman like that? No, you can't do that. You can't do that. Because when Mandela Cooper left from here, when she went to Liberia, she wanted to be president. When she got there, she destroyed George Weah the first time she got it. And it was known or made known to the Liberian public that she had a child that she claimed was for George Weah. So do you think Hassan will go talk? Now you see why you need to be giving me cash out every day for information. So you need to put that cash app up there now. All right? You need to give me that cash app. Cash app. Let's put the cash app number up here, folks. You put the cash app number up here. All right? Information is important. So let's start our cash app, folks. Let's start our cash app right now. It doesn't matter how much you can contribute to the independent supporter of Mr. Cummings. So let's put our cash app right there. I hear somebody say, wow. I hear somebody say, wow. All right? So that's it there, folks. That's your story there, right there. All right? And now let's go to another one again. Let's go to another story again. All right? Let's go to another story here. All right? Let's go to another story. All right? Let's go to another story again. You gotta be very careful with Mandela Cooper, folks. You gotta be very, very careful with her. I saw people saying that, oh, Mandela Cooper washing your mouth. Mariah Mogo said that. Mariah doesn't understand Liberian politics. She will learn over time. She doesn't understand Liberian politics. We banned it in for a very long time. Yes. So we just sit down and see things. The only thing I want you guys, don't send me anybody that making noise. You send me that person video, I will tell you who the person is. Unless the person was born yesterday. That's the only way I will not tell you. But anybody who somewhere making noise, you bring that name to me, I will tell you who that person is. So let's go back to Mandela Cooper here again, and let me show you something here. All right. So let's go back again to Madam Cooper. All right. So there go Madam Cooper here again, folks. There go Manakuboya again, folks. All right. So let's go back to our big screen here. All right. And let me put plastic thing up for you guys. And let me make it bigger for you guys here. So what did Madara Cooper say about George Weah back in the days? What did she say about George Weah here? Oh, I mean a different screen here. Let me come to the front page viewing screen here. What did she say here? George Weah, a real good friend, said Madara Cooper, and that was May 21st, 2017. I said Madara Cooper there, folks. It's not coming from my mouth. It's coming from herself. So Madara Cooper said George Weah is a real good friend. You know what? When somebody tells you somebody's a real good friend, you know what does that mean, folks? What does that mean when somebody tells you you are a real good friend, folks? What does that mean when she tells you she's a real good friend? That woman know what she was doing. She know what she was saying all the things to Kev Hassan. Kev Hassan couldn't talk because she was speaking as a person who claimed to have a child by George Weah. And do you think Kev Hassan will go argue with that woman? No. Kev Hassan cannot argue with that woman, folks. All right? So thank you very much. Well, I like the way the guy put it here. Yes. We are baby mom. That's it right there. See that, Henry William? That's it right there. So do you think Kev Hassan will come in not what that woman? Your fans only have to talk about it, man, folks. Let's talk about real politics here, man. Let's talk about real politics. So that's the information I want to give you guys today. Now, let's come to our man Capriso. Let's come to our man Capriso.
Here to the media. If anybody is on their phone and can reach my page,
let's come to your man Capriso here, all right?
You know, about 10.
Let's come to Eugene Fagon here, all right, folks? Let's come to Eugene Fagon here. Eugene Fagon remind me of the man they call Ober. We got Ober information here too, but because he hasn't suffered yet, we're not really want to bring him on here. But he start talking again, we'll bring a part of the issue up here because we already got it. So Eugene Fagon came out today and said he sold a house, he did this, he did that. That was a blatant lie. That was a blatant lie. Eugene Fagon did not lose anything at all. For those of you that don't know, Eugene Fagon was in an African store with his girlfriend who allowed him to broadcast from that store until he was called through McGill to go to Liberia. And I hope that Mr. Fagon will tell you how much he gave McGill to get a job. You shouldn't come be giving your story and telling you, oh, I lose this. No. It was money that was taken from that business that Mr. Fagon gave to Mr. McGill. All right? As we heard, allegedly, he's yet to come. So it was alleged that he gave McGill that money. So he borrowed that money from the business. Well, he was hoping to get a minister job, but again, temporary minister job, and he did not do too well in that role. And then now he want to come back. George Weah did not call Eugene Fagon. Don't let nobody lie to you guys. George Weah did not call Eugene Fagon. Eugene Fagon is a showman. He just want to show up. You know what happened to Eugene Fagon? There were many videos where Eugene Fagon was hanging out with Mr. Nathaniel McGill. Many videos, right? Some of you guys that followed Eugene Fagon while he was minister. Eugene Fagon was about to be fired by George Weah, but Fagon turned around and started hanging along with McGill. You also saw a recent video when McGill came here, Eugene Fagon was behind him. Because Eugene Fagon was only depending on George Weah. Why am I saying all this thing here? Eugene Fagon went straight to Liberia after saying people were cartel, people were this, and he sat in that government and never said anything about what was happening in that government. Only because now he doesn't have a job, that's when now he coming out to say something. It's only for you guys. It's only for you guys, not for me. Because Fagon and myself campaigning together, he saw the wrong things, he went in there, and he accepted it, he did it. Fagon became a liability to the Weah government. He was not an asset value Fagon is the first man that George Weah ever fired. And if George Weah fire you, then you nothing. Then you nothing. Every day you and I will make fun of George Weah. This man who claimed to be outspoken, that got degree around here. If George Weah can fire him, because he's nothing. All Eugene Fagon was doing, wearing a red beret, making all the noise, calling people cartoon pusher, yeah and there. Fagon will be the only person that ANC and myself will not get along. So that no one from ANC call me, oh, my man Fagon. No. When it comes to Fagon and myself, we will not get along. Yes, we will not get along. Because when we got elected, I told you a story about Fagon, how he came here and started to insult me, right? That battle is still on. That battle is still on. He's the one looking for a job. I'm not looking for a job. So I can get up today, text Mr. Cummings, call Mr. Cummings, and say, I don't want to hear about Eugene Fagon. And I don't care how any ANC person look, that man looking for a job. And the moment he get in there, as straightforward as Mr. Cummings is, if Fagon he get his will, he coming right back here. Fagon will never close his Facebook page. And that's what he did when he went to Weah. I said that in one of my broadcasts. That Fagon will not close his page. Fagon had already said that he wants to be president. Fagon wants to be president. You saw that video. He said he wants to be president. So when he doesn't get his will, Fagon thought he was going to get his will when he insulted Edwin Snow, they threw him in jail, they brought him outside. He thought he was going to be the Nelson Mandela. But little did he know that we were eyeing with that crap he was doing, and he was not going to give him any chance. Why if Fagon come here now and say, oh, we are calling him? Wouldn't it because Maggie is suspended? Yeah, Maggie is suspended. So whatever he was getting now, it's not going to be coming anymore. Just so you know. Whatever little thing he was getting, it's not coming anymore. Maggie does not have control again. Maggie cannot wire money. Maggie cannot send no more money because the US is watching Maggie activities now. Think about somebody who been giving you money, and that person is being watched by the US authority. Do you think you stand a chance to get money from that person? Even Kevin Hassan is worried right now. You think that Joe Weah will get them money? No. You think that Samuel will get them money? No. It was Nathaniel McGill that was giving the money. And today, Nathaniel McGill is out of the picture. So if Agona doesn't have patience now, he running now, coming now, want to say, oh, Joe Weah calling. Joe Weah never ever talked to. Of course, what Doris talking about? You don't know that if I don't want to be president, let me find the man and promote him here small. What they get talking about here? Let's find Fagon video and promote Fagon here small. You know we are talking about. Let's find Fagon video here. Let me show you Fagon video here. Where is Fagon video? What do you want? What happened to yours? Why are you always disturbing me? Carry this one here. I'll be asking you before I start my show because you always coming to disturb me. Close the door, please. All right, let me see here. Where is that Fagon video? I mean, I hate to promote this guy. Apparently, some of you guys just seen what happened today. You don't know what happened yesterday. Eugene Fagon already said he want to be president. You think Eugene Fagon joking? Mr. Fagon wants to be president, you get. He wants to be president. That's what he's doing. Eugene Fagon is not doing nothing for nothing. He wants to be president. What that crappy video that we talk about? I don't even think I should promote this guy here right now, to be honest with you guys. All right, tell our Unity Party people. I don't know what they are Unity Party people up to. He called Joseph Boca and cartel. He said Joseph Boca never graduated from any school in Wisconsin and stuff like that. So that's my Eugene Fagon. Fagon is not stranger to me. He's the man that I know very, very well, folks. All right? Eugene Fagon has been shut down. He has been shut down. He has been shut down. Sedition knew that Eugene Fagon was not a sedition. Eugene Fagon started supporting Mr. Boyka, but later on down the road, when he saw CDC was building momentum, that how come he jumped there and said he was supporting CDC. And the people knew. And Eugene Fagon's downfall came from the day he insulted Edwin Snow. There are certain people in our government or in our country that you don't mess with because of their close ties to Edwin Johnson Sirleaf and to George Weah. One of them is nobody else but Edwin Snow. And many of you guys that saw what Eugene Fagon did to Edison the last time, insulting the man standing, or he was very drunk. They wanted to fire him. But Edwin Snow himself went back and begged for Eugene Fagon. That's how Eugene Fagon did not receive that pink slip from George Weah. That's how come he did not receive that pink slip from George Weah. But he was about to get fired by George Weah. But knowing who George Weah is, after Eugene Fagon did that thing, George Weah never gave Eugene Fagon any credibility anymore. He left him. Yes, he left him. Randy, please, Randy, please, our Unity Party people in in your host. Who are the Unity Party people that are here? I want to know who are they? Who are they? I mean, if they're here, who are they? I would like to know. Well, I don't know, Christine, but I'm just giving ASC people that warning sign. The man wants to be president, and there's nothing going to stop him trying to become a president. He wants to be president. So that is MO there. Yes. That is his MO. Yes. That is his MO. Let me see. Somebody send me something here. Maybe I like using Falcon stuff there. Somebody send me something here. It's unavailable right now. And by the way, Eugene Fagon, since he came back, if you remember when Eugene Fagon came back, he was saying to you guys out here in the public that, what they call it, that the NSA was in the business of taking gold mine, or I mean, supporting or investigating the mineral mining. And I asked Mr. Fagon this question. Mr. Fagon, everything you say here, can you explain the difference between um the the difference, the function rather, I said, can you explain the function of the NSA and the function of the EPA and then that of the Ministry of Lands and Mines? I kept asking that question. Eugene Fagon went and blocked me. So when Eugene Fagon is broadcasting, I don't get to see a broadcast because he blocked me. I know this man inside and outside. Yes, I know he inside and outside. As I know Eugene Fagon since 2014. There was a guy in Minnesota that introduced me to Eugene Fagon. Eugene Fagon is only blowing that tire because Nathaniel McGill is not in the business right now of sending money or playing with money in our country. From what I'm hearing, Mr. Weah has shut everything down. Bill Twaway, Serena Seafor, Nathaniel McGill, they are not allowed to be around George Weah right now. The recent visit by the U.S. ambassador is to further inform George Weah to distance himself from those guys completely. Completely. It takes 21 days to adapt to a new habit, and it takes 21 days to go back to the same habit. So Mr. Weah is counting the 21 days to forget about you guys. Because Mr. Weah is aiming at something very important. He wants to claim all his record. So don't mind Eugene Fagon passing around here, telling you all kind of crap thing around here. All right. So that's it there for Eugene Fagon. All right. This is a man who went Liberia and became a liability. Did not do anything. What happened to the facts and fiction? What am I picking here? Yes, there's something about facts and fiction here. All right. This man actually went in the Weah government and contradicted most of you guys that saw what was wrong. And what did he do? He always came up to so you guys that said this thing is wrong. He said that was a fiction. And then he would say things to you guys and say that is the facts. But as the man coming back today after serving in the government, all the time he was in the government, he never said anything about the government. After he left, when McGill was still in there, he never said anything. But by the time McGill is not in government again, Weah is not getting too close to McGill. Then Fagon has become now a radical man now, telling people, oh, the government did, the government this. If you don't have anything to do, I suggest that you find something else to do. Yes, I would rather go listen to Shadow Ravel than to go listen to Eugene Fagon. I tell you now. Yes, I tell you that much. Very, 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 very poor. All right, today Flag Day. What did I see today? Today Flag Day, I saw a student at the University of Liberia, or on the University of Liberia campus. They were all around jumping. I mean, not University of Liberia, but I saw those who support the COP, another organization, and the student of, I mean, some young guys of the Student Unification Party dancing around in circle. Let me remind you, this morning I said electricity is one of the reasons why we are staying behind, right? There were times that you saw sedition in the street. I had shown that video over and over. There were times you saw sedition in the street dancing around in circle, dancing around in circle, right? Who were they dancing around in circle for? For the CDC government. Today again, we saw young people dancing around in circle, dancing around in circle. Some of them say they belong to a guy in America who consider himself to be COP big man, right? This man living in America here, living good life. He get us in the morning, he get a cup of tea, get a cup of coffee, meet good people, have good lunch, breakfast, dinner. Then when time comes, he pick up the phone and tell people, say, y'all go protest. Y'all go and protest. But as far as I know, Gandhi of India left from South Africa to join the people in India to fight against the British rule. And throughout his struggle, he was on empty stomach. And people came and told him, say, you will die. Nelson Mandela sat in South Africa for 27 years in the jail. He was with people in South Africa. Dr. King remained in America here until he got shot and killed while still helping minority and other people of color to get some respect in the country. Liberian advocates stay in America and they drink good liquors, eat good food, and they put the young people in our country dancing in circle. I feel sorry for them. I really do. I feel sorry for them. So the question here is, do you think there will be a change? I doubt it. There will not be a change. The same sedition that were dancing in circle are the same people now dancing as COP and other people in circle over there. And these people are there using them because they know that they are in majority. And that is why they are doing all those things. Yes. But it's not going to change anything. And that's why I always try to applaud Mr. Cummings. And I hope that nobody, yes, I hope that nobody will ever fool Mr. Cummings to allow the guy to go in the street and be dancing in circle. Let not nobody fool Mr. Cummings to put a guy in the street. It's not going to be healthy. There are people here who are using these guys here. There are people here who are using those guys. I remember during the 1990 war where Fendel trying to get out of that country. Rebel war came. Rebel then came start asking people, oh, why you're not fighting? One of my response to them was, where is Mr. Taylor children? The other man said, Mr. Taylor children in America. So I said, okay, why make you think that Mr. Taylor cannot bring his children here? No, I said, for me to fight, let Mr. Taylor bring his children in here. We all be on the battlefront going, and then we'll be fighting, going. He got mad, and he wanted to harm me, but I was saved by a Gil girl, and that's how I left and went to number 2 district in Grand Bassa County. Today, majority of them in Liberia over there today, right? That's the same thing happening to the boys on the ground over there. Today, I'm going to talk about the issue of the 2065. I am strongly under that conviction. Mr. Cummings will serve his term in office. But Liberia not going to be a better country anytime soon, folks. Mr. Cummings will can't do a part. But I believe and strongly believe that Liberia will be a better country in 2065. Because the current young people you see today, the way their minds have been destroyed, there will not be a change anytime soon. We will have a little bit of peace here and there. But there will always be a destructive mindset of people in that country. Because the other guys that are waiting around here and put children in the street, they're not giving the children any reason to say you got to be in school. You stay in school. Don't leave school. Keep focus. What will happen in the end when they come? They will get a little job and be giving the children a little money and send them back on social media and say, go install that other guy over there. And then they will totally confuse them, take them away from their direction. And they will just be out there. That's why today you see young people in this country and in Liberia. They come out here to just distract you, say things to you. But when you look at their own life, those who sending them out there, they are not even sitting there down and helping them, assisting them with a goal or vision to say, look, you can be better. You can do this. You can do that. They're not telling the young children. They're not telling them. But the future lies in the hands of the young people, right? The future lies in the hands of the young people. When Eugene Fagon was in Liberia minister, and when he came out of jail, they had young people toting him today. Where are the young people that were toting him today? When he was leaving Liberia, did he bring the young people with him? No, they're down there now, right? After Eugene left now, they say, okay, who are we going to look for now to be our next ally? That's what he does. People who are smart enough that believe that the future of the young people and mean well, you will go among the people and start to help them and promote them and start to teach them the right thing. You rather educate them by telling them what to do in terms of making the best choice and not to put them out there to be very violent. So the young people there in the country, they break. See young people there dancing in circle. But if you were to visit Ghana, Nigeria, and other countries, Kenya, young children getting in the morning, going to open their businesses, they own different platforms, doing all kinds of things. But when they're in Liberia, you always see our young people dancing in circle. They always dancing in circle. So that's one thing. I mean, that's the second thing I want to talk about here on the issue of dancing in circle. I'm of the strong belief that the way I see the country moving, we will not make enough progress, even if economy is given 12 years, because the generation mindset will not be easily manipulated to do what it's supposed to do. It will be very, very destructive. I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news here, but I'm speaking from statistics. I'm speaking from the behavior of what we see over there. Those who got the children under their control, they are not giving the children reason to go to bed and think. To go to bed and think and say, you know what, I got a message today. I think I'm ready to know who I'm going to vote for right now. Everything they put in the young people is nothing but violent reaction. And when people are violently charged, they go out there, they will support the wrong person, they will support it, and they will make the wrong decision and will go right back. We missed that opportunity on Joshua. But that doesn't mean that we cannot put a lesson learned together and prevent it from happening again. But I don't think we're doing that. I don't think we're doing that. When we talk about Mr. Cummings, we want people to come up and make sound decision. Now, let's listen to this young man here. All right. Let's listen to the young man here. All right. There are people now who are at least sending us information to let us know what their church will be like. So let's listen to the young man here, folks. Listen to the young guys in here.
Saga from the Afghanistan belt and member of the CDC party. I joined the party from the Mikey East notice. And since 2005, I joined the CDC. And for now, I have made up my mind to support the ANC, the Standard Bearer, Mr. Alexander Kumi, because of the platform. I love his platform. And for that reason, I will support the platform of Mr. Alexander Kumi. And one thing that beat my mind and caused me to leave the party is because of some of the reason that is going on within the party. Like our standard bearer came up with the vision. In fact, the entire CDC came up with the saying to liberate the Liberian people. But now, the according to the saying of our president, Liberian, we were never going to stay on the field as spectators. But now I think serving as spectator before was more important than for present age. Now we are completely out of the field, far from the field. We are not even close to spectator. So some of these reasons driving me away, that moving me, and with the level of the ANC, especially the standard bearer, his platform. the platform is very, very much encouraging, that's causing me to support his vision.
I'm Roosevelt J. Bina from the Afghanistan Bill. I once joined the CDC 2017, but I have made up my mind to to support the ANC, and I also love his platform. So I really make up my mind to support Elisano Kobe.
Because
All right, so there you have it. All right, so there you have it. These are people who had dedicated their time, their life. You saw the first guy since 2005, he's now getting all gray. What has he achieved? Nothing. But we, the independent supporters here, are getting our message across. And there are people out there who are saying to themselves, how can I get my message to Jay Rainey? And all it takes is for you to just do that little video clip and send it here. We'll play it and we'll continue to play it. Why the people are making that decision? Because they believe in a platform that they believe will help them make a difference in their lives. Losing on George Weah after giving him your vote doesn't mean that the war or the country has come to an end. No. But the next decision you want to make is not to make George Weah president again. So I want to say a big thank you. All right. I want to say a big thank you to these two gentlemen, and let's keep encouraging our people. And I want to send this out here. If you're out there and you want to express your view, don't be afraid. Say it. You can even cover your face if you don't want to be known. Cover your face. And I think I have another video here of a gentleman who did something similar to that. He didn't want to bring his face out, and we encourage them not to make themselves available if they don't. So let's listen to the other gentleman here. All right, let's listen to him here. Listen to this.
Fellow Liberians, I am a citizen of Liberia and I support Alexander B. Cummings for 2023 election. I support Alexander Cummings because I believe he can rebuild our country, increase our country budget from where it is now to 1 billion or 2 billion plus, give our country a good agricultural system, transform our country economic, and increase our GDP in the world. Alexander Cummings is the right choice comes 2023. Fellow Liberians, do not hesitate to vote Alexander B. Cummings comes 2023. He is a man of leader. Thank you.
So there you have it again, folks. There you have it there. These people are doing everything possible. And this is what the show is all about. I did read Michelle comment, and it's in reference to what we just wrote here. All right. The people are speaking their rights, say Marula. You can't fight for a democracy and don't want to express yourself. We all here are putting ourselves at risk. There are people in America here that can come and harm us too. So democracy, you see, one of the things that we're afraid of, says Marula, people die for democracy. People die for things. Dr. Martin Luther King is there today because, and that's the reason you and myself in this country. If they had been coward, we wouldn't have been here. The young people express themselves. Jesus Christ, in order for him to get us to be Christian, he died for us. But that doesn't mean that they should put themselves in harm's way. No. I think it would be better for people who go on the street demonstrating against the government than somebody who come here and say, you know what, I support this person here. Everything you do is associated with risk. But we just have to be firm that defending these people, right? That nobody should go and trample on them. And that is why the U.S. ambassador is in our country, making sure that he clamping down on these people with that kind of nefarious behavior. CDC did it during early days. They were in the street throughout, cursing. You all saw them on video, and nobody harmed them. So we cannot do anything to none of these people. Then they are the people right. We can't say we're preaching democracy when we are not really living by it. So we have to support these people here. We have to support them. Because we don't want when things happen tomorrow to say, oh, Joe, we are took the election. No, the people, we have to commend them when they come out to speak up. That's why make them patriotic. And yeah. So it's not a matter of exposing them. No. They are expressing themselves. They are expressing themselves. All right. And they are teaching the government how to be transparent. Yes. They are teaching the government how to be very, very transparent. In how much we want election result to be transparent. They better go for George Weah. Yeah. They don't better go for this. What about the people themselves who voting too? So I think it's in good interest. So we just have to keep encouraging them to do the best they can. All right. All right. To win the election is not something small, my sister. To win the election is not something small. If we keep quiet, George Weah will win this election, and you and I will just come and be talking, and we'll be late. The people got to start making their noise now. They got to start making their noise now. If not, the people come out. What ground do we have to say that we did not win? What ground do we have? No, we have no ground. So everywhere, Marilla Mo, those who feel comfortable of doing it can, and those who feel uncomfortable don't have to expose themselves. Of course, you saw the video over there. Look at Sonny Ball, for example. Sonny Ball come here all day, he talk about the government, and people in the country talk about the government. That is democracy. That is democracy. We have to fight this regime. You think the freedom we enjoy in America here today, you think that's small thing? There's a kid they call Edmund Till. Edmund Till was killed, lynched, 14 years old in this country. He was lied on, came from Chicago, went to Alabama. A white woman who was 21 years old at that time said the boy, 14-year-old, whispered to her. And her boyfriend or her husband at that time and her in-law, they went and lynched that little boy to death. And it was from that day the NAACP started their movement. Not as NAACP, but the blacks started to fight. 14 years old. This man in the country, we see what he's doing. How can we motivate the people? We have to keep encouraging them. That's why it is. All right? So we got to keep fighting. Democracy come with support. Liberia is not a dictatorial country. And I one thing Biden said, in order for you to be friends of America, stay away from dictatorial regime, fight corruption, fight to improve food security and other stuff like that. You see, that one the reason why today Liberia is not going anywhere, because we are now holding people and teaching them. People sit down on spoon all day. Let me say this to you guys. If you ever think that what you see today in Liberia is going to make Cummings to just win again, it's not going to happen. Go back to 2017. There used to be a phrase, the lockdown Morovia, the lockdown this. It's not what we see today. It's not what we see today. It's the message that the people will understand. It's the message they will understand. It's the message that must be understood by the people. If not, the whole thing will be the O.J. Simpson and the white people when the jury said O.J. Simpson was not guilty, all of them were open at this. It's possible it could be that way. So we have to vigorously and rigorously campaign and inform these people. Let Michelle say, if you brave, come up and express it. You saw the other young man who gave his profile. Yes. Like we said, if you brave, come and say things. But there's nothing you should be afraid of from speaking your own mind in the country. So that's the difference as that. All right? It's all called political strategy. That is why some of us been in the game before, and that is why we are teaching here to change the game around. All right, that's the political strategy that we try to install here. Now, this other guy here, all right, this other guy here. But before we do that, let's come to sedition here, right? I want to show sedition this particular video here, all right? Yes, this is not a guy here, all right? So let's look at this video here. So this is Mr. Weah platform here, guys. So this is Mr. Weah platform here that he launched in 2016. These are the list of things Mr. Weah wanted to accomplish, right? But after 5 years, we cannot see anything that Mr. Weah has done. But what do we know about Joseph Biden? Joseph Biden came to office in 2020. Weah came to office in 2018, 2 years apart. Just within 2 years of Mr. Biden's accomplishment, Mr. Biden is able to list what he has done for Liberians who belong to ANC, Liberians who belong to CDC, Liberians who belong to Unity Party, ALP, everyone all that live in this country. This is what Joe Biden is saying that he considered to be his biggest accomplishment. And in some ways, shape and form, we in the United States here will benefit from this. But when you look at Mr. Weah after 5 years, there is no report that Mr. Weah can show you that he has made any progress. You follow me? He been there for 5 years. Mr. Biden has his platform, but he has listed everything here. All right? But Mr. Weah hasn't done anything like that. So these are the things that I always telling you guys. How can Mr. Weah show his accomplishment? Here is here. The only man that listened to us on the show, it was Joseph Biden. Joseph Biden said to us, well, in order for me to motivate the American people, I'm going to give them a summary of what I have achieved in the past 2 years. But when you look at Mr. Weah, nothing he has done. Now, let's move on to a secondary comparison. So yeah, this is Mr. Cummings here, right? If you look down here, you see all Mr. Cummings' accomplishment. So now when you compare Mr. Cummings just as a philanthropist, this is thing that Mr. Cummings has accomplished so far, some of what he has done. You see all the bullet points down here. Just the same way as you see Mr. Biden here. So this is what we call a cross-reference to two leaders in the country. One in America, one in Liberia. So this is where the water meet the road. This is what we need to be teaching Liberians and why they should vote for a candidate in person like Mr. Cummings. All right? Again, you don't find people on different platforms educating our people on these things. You see the direct correlation here. Mr. Cummings, as a philanthropist, not president yet, is giving you what he has listed in the bullet point shape and form, what he has accomplished in helping the Liberian people. Mr. Biden, as president of the United States, he also listed what he has done here. But when you go back to Mr. Weah, after 5 years, Mr. Weah hasn't done anything like this. So what makes you think that you can make Mr. Weah a second-term president? You cannot. You cannot. And that's why you see today Mr. Cummings is building those things for our future. The fire watch and the fire how. And that will be the real change. When Madala Cooper said Weah is a real good guy, Mr. Cummings is saying here, I am the real change. And how do you base your real change on that? See what he has done here. Just as a philanthropist, someone who run a foundation in Liberia, giving you a comprehensive report of what he has accomplished. Comparing that to Joseph Biden, this is what we call a template. Look at Mr. Cummings' template on how he outlined what he has. Look at Mr. Biden template. But do you see that same template? Take Joseph Biden take Cummings from there and replace him with George Weah. Look at Mr. Cummings. Look at Mr. Biden and look at Weah. These two people are president. One has been there for 5 years. The other has been there for 2 years. Look at the accomplishment. Now, when you take Weah out of this picture and bring in Mr. Cummings, look at the bullet point. Look at the achievement. So there's no contest here, folks. There's nothing like contest here. And all you guys got to do is to continue to spread the message. is to continue to spread the message. You listen to his speech, right? The reason I play in the first section, the reason I play his inaugural speech, and we'll continue to play here, he said anyone who is found guilty of corruption will be persecuted. But he hasn't done anything in our department, not at all. And that is why Mr. Cummings, we should all look up to Mr. Cummings. All right. We're not going to discuss this guy here today for long, but what we're going to do about this guy here, all right? What I want you guys to understand about this guy is this. This guy claimed to have a degree. He claimed to work for a place. Every employment that you get and every place of employment, they always send you your employment letter. What I would ask the senator to do is to ask the guy to at least share with them a copy of his employment letter. Annual letter accepted, they always send that to you. When you get accepted on the job, they send you that job offer letter. Hey, Mr. Doe, we write to offer you the job of the position XYZ. And all the more the guy making, I will be interested in asking him for his offer letter from the company, because that offer letter will tell you what position he has. What position he has. Yes. I don't know. I think that one of mine here today. So I will be asking him for an offer letter. But I think the Senate should deny this guy because he lied. He lied to the Senate in broad daylight. When I meant specifically asking, you have a certificate, a technical degree certificate. Yes. Does that make you an engineer? He said yes. How can a technical certificate elevate you to be an engineer? The way he lied. We cannot accept the broad daylight lies just for position. This is the highest level of incompetency that we are looking at today in our country, folks. And if we continue to look at things from a party purview rather than from a professional standard practice or protocol, we're going nowhere. We are going nowhere, folks. We are going nowhere. Now, quickly here, because tomorrow morning we're going to be back on the air. Flag Day is over. I don't know what is significant of even celebrating Flag Day, if you ask me. What is the significance of even celebrating Flag Days? I don't really understand why people celebrate Flag Day in Liberia. What's the significance of celebrating Flag Day? All right. Well, he get a job. So well with it. He get that job. Let me say this, say Maruda, and I like your comment. If this guy get this job, if this guy is given a job, and anything happen to that airport that take the life of Liberians, the Senate of Liberia, every one of them, they should face the due process of law. And each of them should be sued for the loss of life and property. Because from what the guy demonstrated, in any professional man or woman mind, he doesn't have the qualification. And those who are calling for his rejection, if the Senate go and confirm this guy, if anything happened to that airport, maybe the plane crash, maybe something, and nobody can say, hey, go here. No, because we are engineers, that thing we look at either it's positive or a negative. So if the day something happened while that plane crash, and it is contributed to poor management at that airport, he should not only be the person to be held accountable. The Senate over there should be held accountable for confirming someone who is not qualified to effectively, from a security, safety, operation, and a administrative standpoint, to manage that airport. And you go get in that job. If something happened to any Liberian or foreigner, those senators then who confirm me or voted for him, they should be held accountable. Because right now they are putting that entire airport at the highest risks. At the highest risks. So when he get that job, my sister, That's the message I got for you guys here. Because every decision that will be made, he going to sign off on it or he going to reject it. So that's how I see it. It is called assuming the risks. And when you assume the risk, then you should be willing to accept the consequences of your bad behavior. This guy is in no way, he's in no way capable of running anything at that airport. He hasn't told us how many years he works, because how long you stay on the job to get elevated to that position is squarely show what you are doing. I'm telling you, if he get that job passed through Guinea, I'm not lying to you, if he get that job passed through Guinea, right now the airport is getting in darkness. People coming from Sierra Leone, the plane have to go by. And then you go put a mere guy in there. If the man is lying during the confirmation, telling you that, oh, I am an engineer, and he don't have the qualification from an academic standpoint, and then you went make him airport director. When something go bad, he will tell you, say, I was in there, I did not tell them. Because you already know that he lying in that confirmation room. What they can say, like, man, if the Christmas will be good, you can tell from the Eve, right? This man is already lying before the people over there. And he think he's the best man. May God bless your soul. But I agree with Hashim. For me, I'm not going to wait until Joe will leave office. And that I will come my own. Now, let's look at this guy here. This is the most interesting one here now. Let's look at this guy.
Solomon C. George office, and he has a press conference. He will be speaking on 4 issues. We have a central topic called Where Were You? The 4 topics are: you'll be responding to Spoon TV, LCC Communication, LCC, the sanction, Putu Mountain, the issue of the president and the CDC, and we throw light on the Liberian people. So now take this time to welcome you all. I'm George. It's over to you.
So let me give you a brief history about this guy. All right. There's something interesting about J. Randy. Yes, I will tell you guys today. There is something fundamentally interesting about me. I have to tell my own story myself. You see this guy around 2015, because he got elected, I believe, around 2013. In 2015, the same red meat name I have, I was on the radio in 2015. At that time, I had not made up my mind to support Joshua. I was in the middle. So this guy came one time to Hot FM. And then we got a video that coming up, but I just want to be very preemptive here. So he came on Hot FM. At that time, he had just made a comment a year later, a year prior, saying that if Mary Brock keep breaking people's structure down in Monrovia, he will grab her and then he will put her in the pit where people will be shitting on her. That's not my word, that it was. You come to listen to it right after my conversation. All right? So when he came on the show, I asked him, I said, Mr. Josh, the comment you made about Mary Brock, do you regret it? He got it. He said he don't regret it. Who the hell he think I am? If I ever visit Liberia, he will harm me. I did not take his comment lightly. I immediately reported that it was during the Obama administration. I immediately went through my Senator Bob Casey, if you live in Pennsylvania, and we filed a report to the U.S. Embassy, saying his credentials, and he's already on record. So when I listened to the press conference you're about to listen to, when he was denying what he said, that kind of clicked on my mind that maybe he had received letter. Because the last time he was in the United States here, he came here with $79,000, and he said that it was Susu money they had from the House of Representatives, and the people ended up taking the money and giving it to Ellen. And when he came back, Ellen told him that she didn't receive the money. He got paid up with Ellen. The other one that Jessica put it in the other one. But that's who he is. So the way he speaks and the way he spoke recently, let's just go back to History in Review and listen to him. Yes. All right. So let's go back. All right. What's up, Moyu? Let's go back and listen to one of his back in the days video. Listen to him.
You see, when the madam took over, she said corruption.
So this was in October of 2013. This was 2013. Yes, 2013. October 2013. He was in Minnesota. Listen to him what he said. Ellen Johnson said he was president. Mary Brown was city mayor, breaking structure down. Listen to him, and then when we get to the other one you just listen to, you will be the decider of his character. Listen.
Whole day, you go back right under the president, the seat called presidency. You sit there, the fire burning your body. That's what it is, presidency. But people don't know. You see, when the madam took over, she said corruption was going to be our number one enemy. Let us define corruption. What is corruption? Let me see something. They say corruption is when a person or system degenerates and gets perverted. I can give you more. But let me give you my own definition of corruption. Then I will explain why. Corruption is breaking down the homes of the poor and leaving that of the rich. That's corruption. We are all on the same lane, the alley. You break down the other people's homes and left continue home standing. It's corruption. What is corruption again? We are coming from a war, we say for 14 years, not so? So those things that led us to fight, we shouldn't do anymore. Corruption is having a city mayor that disrespects her equals and even the poor. She makes someone, you call a baby man to pump tire, put in prison a pregnant woman, jail a baby mother. She seizes market from the peddlers, and when she seizes the market, you have to pay a minimum of $50 US for a fine, and then half of your market is gone. That's corruption. I am saying to the president of Liberia, I said it to her, and she apologized on behalf of Madam Bro. She needs to find somewhere else for Madam Bro. As hardworking Madam Bro is. Look, let me tell you something. I love Madam Bro. She's hardworking. But if you would do something that would make people to pick up colors, and there are some guys in Liberia that are still having their guns buried. That's a fact. I'm telling you, they're having their guns buried. If the president continues to keep Madam Bro where she is, disrespecting our people, disregarding the rights of our people, there will be a fight. There will be a very serious fight because we are not afraid. I am not afraid. I'm saying it. She needs to take her away from that position because she has become Dennis the Menace. Mirror the Menace she is. When I was small, when they sent me to the supermarket, I would buy Cummings and Johnny Koga, Captain America, then I buy Dennis the Menace. Anything with Dennis kind of, you watch people come around, you do everything. And she used to have to call herself, maybe break it. And I am calling myself, the sergeant, mean barman. She's a general, but I'm a mean barman. Baby Bro was brave enough to enter the premise of the Capitol building. That's corruption and disrespect. She entered the Capitol building, whipped our protocol officer, handcuffed him, and carried him to jail. That's serious. When Thomas' father went appealing to her, she was abusing father. She and father started trading insults. When I went there, talking to father, take it easy. Ask the people to see the prisoner. Father, leave me with your girlfriend, man. They say I'm Mary Broad's boyfriend. Oh, excuse me. I said, they asked for the prisoner. Go upstairs. They say, the prisoner downstairs. The carriers there. I stepped the gate, put the prisoner outside. She violated. I put the prisoner outside, I walked him out. You want to take the back door? I said, we'll take it the front way. Anybody takes you, point the nose off their face, point the ear off their head. I was too furious, you know. The lady is disrespectful. Listen to this. She was speaking on the air. For Honorable Judge Bishop Lamo and he better go and talk about his constituency and his dirty Capitol building office. Oh no. The woman is a menace. And the president is in awareness of what she's doing. Because whenever she does wrong, the president will go and apologize on her behalf. I am saying it's corruption. If she does not take her away from such position, we will fight. I'm saying that, I say we will fight because I am saying we will end up, look, I will take Mary Bro and carry her down to one of the toilet with her, they will be shaking on her until they will come for
her. So that's the man there. That is the man there. All right. That is the man there. He made that statement in Minnesota that if Mary Bro continues to behave the way she behaving, he will grab her and he will tie her, carry her, and put her in the toilet so people can be shitting on her. Solomon George, that's his name, lived, raised, and born in West Point. He went to Headstone, where Mr. Weah went. When they say somebody very rude, if you ever heard that phrase in Liberia, they got very rude. And he the one. He doesn't give a damn. They used to call him the bunga. And you know that somebody say, kiss my bahan. He used to say, kiss my bunga. That they used to call him. All right? Before we get to this video, let's watch another video of him. I know Sis Marilla, she doesn't know these people, but that was in 2013 when he just took office. He was much more younger at that time, very young at that time, but he very, very disrespectful. He was a coach, very, very disrespectful. Now, let's look at another video here, all right, so you can see him behaving the way he behaved. That will give you guys some memories of him, all right? So let's go to something that he did sometime back so you can see him. All right, remember the video right here? Watch the video right here, right? Watch the other video coming up. PSU beat the woman. Sent her in UN drive. They said they're stopping people from going to the prison. Come on. I want it. They won't take advantage of us in the country too much. Helen Johnson, our son. The woman far away from the compound. They beat the woman like that. When the woman face was rotten, I beat somebody's face was rotten.
What happened? We went to the state of the prison to go through 1 hour policy. Yeah, they push it. Other people were having to go across the road. Then when they caught it, they lay on my body, push nothing to me. Then
right under his chin. I think he's an ex-rebel, you know, of Gangale. One of the people that Helen Johnson brought here to kill our people. Because I spoke with him personally. He told me he is under orders to stop seditious from going towards the prison. But what I'm saying is, these people were not at the prison area. You drove them from there. She had crossed towards the UN Drive, Center Street area. Then you run behind her with baton and team beat her face. How can you beat somebody's face like this?
What exactly are seditious doing around the prisons in Monrovia Central Prison today?
You know, Jefferson Koji is still in jail. He's supposed to be discharged today. So the seditious are saying they are going to pledge solidarity and loyalty to him. By converging around the prison compound. But when he comes out, they will carry him on their shoulders or on their backs. Is that anything for these people to be cheated? Robert Salif is just wasting his time. He can never win George Weah. Even right now, we want Helen Johnson to stand down, but because of democracy, because of the tenets of democracy, we say, let it be so. It's just a matter of time. To everything, there's a season, a time for every purpose. Helen Johnson she has 9 years. 6 is gone already. It's just 3 days to go, and she's out. So if they continue to misuse our people, we will pay our debt.
How will you pay your debt?
We will pay. That's the way they're doing it. I Solomon George. I'm saying. I said we'll pay our debt. They are beating our people. disgracing them, seizing our boys' market here, carrying the market. Yesterday, I freed about 6 guys down West Point. How can you stop these people from selling on the street? Where will they sell? Do you have marketplace for them? You want them to become armed robbers? They cannot be doing that kind of thing to us. What is good for the Western world cannot work with Africa. We are Africans. These people have come here to kill us. And I'm saying, Madam Salif, you brought war to our country. We are not afraid to say it. It is George Weah who wants to be lenient with you. We will not be lenient with you. Just like Gandhi has gone to the Hague, his son is in jail in America. The same is going to be for you and your son. In Jesus' name.
You're a representative or working in the government with police brutality all over the place.
Well,
what do you intend to do?
We're going to write against this. We'll write against this. We'll write the leadership of the house and see what they can do. What we know right now, nothing will be done. But like I said, there's time for every purpose. It will happen tomorrow.
Thank you.
Your name, madam?
So that just another history there of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf when CDC were in opposition. That's Solomon George down there. He grew up in West Point. He didn't get for them. So we're going back in history so that when you come back to the future, you will get to know who you're dealing with for true. Now, let's go to the last video. Then we'll come back to the real one. All right? Y'all got to send money to that cash app, folks. Y'all got to send money to that cash app. Y'all don't get this thing in to understand people's history. In this country, when you go to the doctor's office, they ask you to give your whole family history. When you go to apply for a job, they ask you to give your job, place of work in the past. Anything you do, they ask you for history, right? Because they want to know who you are. They want to understand you. So when you see these people behaving today, like those of you who started with the program with me about Madara Cooper, now when you see Madara Cooper tomorrow, you know who she is now, right? When she's talking to Kev Hassan, you will know who she is because you already reviewed that story now, right? You already got it in the back of your head now. I'm not the one that said it. It's the people that said it. I'm not the one that's showing the video here by myself. It is something that I already captured. So let's go back to the last video of Mr. Solomon George so that you can see what he is capable of doing. All right, live video for him. So let's go back here. Remember the video right here. Check this one out.
Oh, they got the hunger, they got the canal, yo.
When the guy confronted me,
He did us. Stop. It's going around. There's no country more bigger. But
So that's the guy right here again, folks. That is the guy right here. That's him right there. That is the man right there, folks. That's the guy right there. So that's the guy right there, folks. That is Mr.
to that particular friend, what your mother.
So now that you know his past, let's see his future now. All right, let's look at his future now. You see, when some of us tell you guys that we've been around Liberian politics for a very long time, I've been around. I'm not worried myself about numbers. I'm just looking at the result of things now. I'm just looking at how things are playing out and what will be the result. If you were to ask me, Randy, yes, if I gave you 50,000, will you invest in Liberia? I would tell you say no. But why already the country free? I would tell you say no. I'm not going to invest that money. I'm going to invest it somewhere. Because when we were looking at these guys back in the days, we knew what they were capable of doing. We know what they did. Now, let's listen to what he's about to say now. Now you know his character, right? So whatever he said in his past interview or press message, now that you know his character, let's see the reality now, and you make that comparison now. So let's go ahead right now.
I would like to say a big thank you to you members of the Fourth Estate that are here. In conjunction with the document sent to me by the Liberia Council of Churches, the LCC, I would like to say that these people are in error. Why? It is a church. It is the Church of Liberia. As an elder of this country, I'm an elder, and an elder of the body of Christ. Then a parliamentarian or a legislator. if and when I do any wrong, the biblical way to solve this problem is that this particular fool, Reverend Reeves, who wrote this document on me, should have ordered me to meet them for a discussion and we talk. You are rebuking an elder of the church, an elder of the state, an elder in the country openly. So I will address them openly. They disrespect me, I will disrespect them. Ladies and gentlemen, you that are out there, the Fourth Estate, I want you to know this is not only an attack on Solomon George. It's a Calvary gathering by the enemies of Liberia to get rid of Ambassador George Weah as president of the Republic of Liberia. They see to it, they have smelt the stench of the 2023 election. They know Ambassador Weah is going to win very clearly. So what they want to do is disrupt the election. So they're looking for all the means, to the extent now they are bringing in the Grady Allison style of getting rid of people that are around the president so they can get rid of the president. To be frank, where were these people? The Liberian Council of Churches are now called, I call them now Liberian Satanic Council of Churches. Where were they when for 5 years the president has been in chair? Where were these fools? They never made one remark concerning that. Where were they when my son here, one of my legislators here in the House of Representatives, abuses the president on a daily basis? What have they said? Is there any statement they've made to that? Where were they when Costa alarmed and said, my people, I am very sorry, we are sorry, but we are sorry because we were hiding Yeke. Yeke had a gun during the June 7 protest. What did this Council of Churches say? This Satanic Council of Churches being led by a sodomite. And he's asking me to apologize for my statement. You people listen to this. My statement was misconstrued, misunderstood, and wickedly torn apart by the Spoon TV being led by the owner, Witherspoon. Spoon TV, I do not think those guys that are on that TV, if they can't face you, but where I'm not afraid of any of you people. But the owner himself is whom I'm attacking now, the Spoon TV owner. Why, my brother, why you lack understanding? It is written in the Bible, wisdom is the principal thing, so get wisdom. But in all you're getting, get understanding. You lack understanding. You as a Fourth Estate member, a pressman, or whatsoever you call yourself, a hypocrite like you. Some of our ministers are paying you to be on the air. Again, I say some of our ministers are paying you to be on the air. You will not get a dime from Mel and me because I'm a broker. All what I get, I give to my people. Nothing you will get from me. Listen to this, Mr. Witherspoon. You have the right to call me and ask me, we had this statement. What do you say about it? You didn't call me. You joined this Liberia Satanic Council of Churches to attack me. My intent was, when I said, if I am made, and the statement is suppositive, if I am made a police director, the president said, what you will do? What you will do here? I say, I will make all the people that are causing chaos in this country disappear. You should have asked me, disappear how? I never insinuated, I never said I will make the opposition to disappear. I will eliminate all the opposition. I would like to say here emphatically on the air today, I salute the opposition from Nimba County. What's his name? The tall puppy looking just like me, man.
Larry Youngquay.
Honorable Larry Youngquay. He speaks positively for the Liberian people here. I salute the lady from District Number 4, Monserrato County, Rostalin Dennis. Even Yake. I salute Yake. The only problem with Yake is that he has genuine issues, but the way he portrays them or explains them, he damages himself. Kill opposition. Darius M. Dillon is my brother. If you can really listen to me, I've never spoken about Darius Dillon, but today I will speak about him a little bit. What do I have to say about Darius Dillon? When Darius Dillon said they will attack the presidential convoy with stones, and if the security system repels such an attack, where guns will come from, we don't know. The president will know, or he will not know. What did these fools, Weatherspoon from Spoon TV, and this Reverend Reeves, this mother or son of Sodom, where was he? Why he never spoke about it? What is happening here is they are attacking George Weah. It is George Weah that is being attacked.
All right, folks, let me just hold it there right now, right? Let me tell you about the strategy here. You see what I wrote down here? I didn't write that there for any reason, but for the purpose of this guy's speech. At the beginning, he tried to let you know that the religious community is not a God-fearing community that's supposed to look at things from the middle. He blaming them because they support the opposition. Now, when you look at Yeke Koluba, Larry Yankwe, Rosalind Dennis, all these people, he sees them as indigenous people. He's not seeing anything negative of them. So he called them, he commended them, even though he put in some condition that he dissatisfied with. He aligned them with his strategy that they should see what has happened through the sanction as a sanction that is against them from us. And it's all geared towards George Weah. That is the strategy. And do you think other people will not buy it? Trust me, the Liberian people will buy it. Especially the one in Osa or Morovia, they will buy it. And this is why it's very important. Do not underestimate George Weah. Now, another thing Mr. Weah could do also too. Mr. Weah can decide tomorrow, I'm going to fire Matana McGill, fire Serena Seaford, and fire Mr. Bill Trawe, prosecute them. I'm cool with the U.S. Come to Washington, take picture with the president. And guess what? What the guy is saying, he's going to start to double down on what he's saying, that the churches and other people were against us, and the people will buy it. So it's not, what I want you to understand, it's not just about the entertainment of what he's saying, but it's about understanding what he's trying to convey out there. What he's trying to convey out there should be your paramount concern, and not just look at him as somebody, because never underestimate the ignorance of the voters. If you do that, you'll regret it. That's why you see the big turnout. I'm not convinced until I see the result. I don't care, the whole country can go on a stadium with Mr. Cummings. I will not be happy until I see that result in the end, because I've seen it play before. So watch out for these guys. Let's listen to him more.
It's not me. I want all of us to watch. These people have seen that George Weah is going to win the next election. As simple as that. They are afraid. They are gossiping about an interim government. They are discussing about interim government. Let me say something to you. I am the most spoken government official against this party. I am on record for saying, Mr. President, the people that you are having in your government that are messing up, put them in one Ghana must go back and throw them out of the system. If you don't have that recording, you must tell me I'm a liar. I speak to issues. I speak to power. And I've been here for the Liberian people. How can I say I will eliminate opposition? Then they have misconstrued what is being said. They are what you call hidden hands. This Reverend Reeves I'm speaking about, he ran against my government in the last election. He ran for the vice presidential seat. He lost. Thereby, he cannot use God to attack me. He lacks the moral rectitude or authority to speak anything biblical. Because the Bible says such a person is like whitewashed tombs with dead man bones. He and everybody in that Liberian Council of Churches that agreed to write this document against me, I will never apologize because you guys are dogs. The Bible says it, that you are not fit for the food of the children of the kingdom of God. You are lukewarm pastor. If I climb the pulpit, I can preach better than Reverend Reeves. I can win souls better than Reverend Reeves. I was here during the war. I saved people. I helped people. All what I've been earning from Liberia, I've been giving right back to the Liberian people. I have developed lives here.
Don't underestimate what he's saying there. Don't underestimate what he's saying there. Because there is a common saying in Liberia that is an opinion question where they will always ask you, what have you done for us? So when you hear him saying to you, I was in the war, I stay here, I had done for my people, that is the tune the people on the ground want to listen to. And don't overlook those things because the people got evidence. You see, every lawmaker in their constituents, they look up to the people they manage. You see the guy they call Abu, every time he giving money to people, he's pre-buying his votes. He's pre-buying his votes. And that's why the last video you saw, those guys from Sierra Leone came and said, we already got our citizenship here. These guys, they understand the local politics on the ground. But there is a strategy that can be employed to undo that strategy that they already have in place. But don't overlook that. The only thing he's fighting here right now is for his name to not get put into where it already is, and that is the US. In the future, he's getting old, perhaps he want to travel here to come see medical attention. So one of the key things that he's trying to do now is to save his name. But I believe he made that comment, but I think other people came to him and said, hey, you gotta go out there and make a rebuttal and rebut that comment because the US is clamping down on everyone now. So whenever he speaks, he come back to say, my words were misconstrued, people are insinuating. He's trying to clear the airway that he didn't say what other people are accusing of. But at the same time, while he's doing that, he is also trying to sell the Weah brand to the people. Now, listen to what he's coming to say again, folks. Listen here.
I have people that are graduated from colleges. Through me, by me. God using me. I never refuse. You, Reverend Reeves, you're over there running after our young men's bunga. Then you want to talk nonsense to me? I will write you a personal letter and I will personally deliver it to you. I wanted to misuse words on you. But I'm reducing it because somebody who is my very good friend from your church, you must announce it in your church. I told the person, I said, I came from Dubai and I saw Reverend Reeves attacking me. And I told the lady, I said, watch, your pastor will attack me very soon. I said this thing about 2-3 years ago. And today it has come to pass. The reason why they are attacking some of us is because we are the foot soldiers of George Manneh Weah. But me being a foot soldier is not with a physical military might. My military and might is in the spirit of the Lord. I'm a prophet of God. I am better than you in the words of in the things of God and Reverend Reeves. You are nobody. For Weatherspoon on Weatherspoon, you fissy. You won't be president. Can't run to be president. Stop going behind the back door. I blame those dogs that are in our government and giving you money. I said those dogs that are in our government.
And he's a guy that speaks his mind. Let's be honest here. He's a guy that speaks his mind. He doesn't care who that person is. If he can tell you that he will take Mary Brown and Paul in a pit and shit on her and allow people to shit on her, and he can say we should put people in the go back and toss them out of the government. He is a guy that speaks his mind. I think age had caught up with him and some level of restriction as the author himself. But this guy, let's say 10 years ago, he would be on fire. Especially when you saw him in Minnesota there. 10 years ago, he will use any words without filter. But don't underestimate him. Don't underestimate him. He calling the minister dogs. He's not going to recanter his word. He's not going to regret it because that's who he is. A very rude person. Think about somebody who grew up in West Point, born and raised in West Point, went to West. Very, very rude guy.
Giving you money. They're paying you to talk nonsense. Fools. That other woman who can be on your TV, I don't know whether she's married or she has children. You will go sit on the air for 4 hours for what? You can't run. I'm running 2023. Come and run against me and can't see what pepper gas seed. Can't know what coconut gas water inside.
That's true. Don't overlook him. You go in your district. During this past recent election, there was a very genuine guy who did well in our community of West Point. The people turned against that guy and voted for this guy. Like somebody said, Cdc understand the mindset. And I'm telling you guys, I'm being very upfront with you guys here. Do not underestimate these guys. They understand about politics. There are certain people that can be defeated easily, but there are certain people that cannot be defeated. You see, God is Sir Joseph. He cannot be defeated easily. Thomas Fala is a district guy. He understands a district. But if you look at what Thomas Fala has been doing in his community, hasn't been on the bigger stage than Sir Joseph. Sir Joseph traveled to America. He showed video about buses, showed video about medical supplies. These people back home are desperate. So for any reason, they will vote for Sir Joseph. Because you know what? They don't believe in what you and I believe in, that we got plan that is coming your way. No. These people are visual learners. They see things, they capture it. They keep it in their mind. And that's what these guys are doing. That's what these guys are doing. So listen to him again. Listen to what he comes to say when he comes to Joshua. Listen.
You guys are hypocrites. Lukewarm. You are Pharisee, Reverend Reeves. You and anybody who agreed to sign this letter, you are Pharisees. I will not apologize for anything because you are misconstruing my statement. You are taking out of the text a context and misusing it. I'm finished with them. The next one, the sanction. I would like to say to the Liberian people, even to the Americans, to the world at large, we embrace this sanction. Why? There are some of us that are in power today. We have forgotten history. We're not looking back. We are leaders, but we think that we are rulers. And this sanction is going to ensure that we stop acting as rulers here. People have been misusing, their position, thereby damaging the government. And we see what has happened these few days. And I'm not saying they are guilty.
Don't underestimate what he said, because what he's saying now is very important for you to understand. Because the United States government has given Liberia 3 things, right? Stay away from being an authoritative government. So when he speaks to the issue that he embraced the sanction, and we should embrace the sanction because there are some people that have been acting as ruler here. The American will buy into that. You know why they will buy into that? One reason, the way he speaks, they see him as a common person who understands what it means to go to the lowest limit. So when he said we have been, that means he including himself. We have been, there are some of us who have been ruler here rather than being leader. That will stick with the Americans and other international partners. And then when he says something else he's about to say, listen to him again.
Until proven, no, they are not guilty. But the Americans are saying that they have concrete proof that these people have done A, B, C, D. I am not against the sanction. But I would like to take this time to appeal to the United States of America, to the ambassador who is sitting here, giving hypocritical smiles to our president. I am saying it, giving hypocritical smiles to our president. These sanctions need to go backward while going forward. There are more people here in this government need to be sanctioned, like you said, but you must go back. Where were you, Mr. Ambassador? And all the literatures you have when the oil company Chevron gave the son of Madame Salif $10 million and that money was grossly misused. Did you put a sanction on him? You need to put a sanction on him if you are not biased, Mr. Ambassador and Mr. President Biden. Put a sanction on them. Where were you when the former president of the Republic of Liberia said, after an audit on the NOCAL system, and it was found out that NOCAL was bankrupt? What did you do about that when she said she would take the blame for the bankruptcy of NOCAL? Did you put a sanction on them? Did you put a sanction on them, United States of America? Why you always want us to be subservient to you people and you are not treating us positively? Eh? I'm saying that to you, President Biden, the United States ambassador in this country. You are not treating us well. For me, I see you targeting my president. I am not saying you are wrong with the sanction.
Now, again, let's pay attention here. He's using all those strong verbiage because he wants to go beyond the ambassador. I'm seeing you attacking my president. I'm seeing you attacking this. That is what we call the Republican politics. That's what he's doing right now. And when he comes to say, oh, Ellen Johnson said he did XYZ with Chevron, that is a bigger platform he's trying to escalate these things to. But the question here now is, what did Mr. Weah do when he came to office? So that way you get him a punch in the guts. What did Mr. Weah do when he came to office? He had the opportunity to audit, right? Because when the $16 million and the $25 million got missing, Mr. Weah sent for the Crow financial firm from Philadelphia to help audit the $16 and $25 million and said there was nothing misused, right? So the point he's making here now is what we call verbiage. He's adding more verbiage in there. But his intention here is to go back. And guess what? There is a guy who is a son to the late Dr. Harry Foma Moluba. He came right in his father's footsteps. He's also called Dr. Moluba as well. He just came out, I think today or yesterday, in the front page newspaper and said the order should go back to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So this statement the guy making is going to gash like things. It's going to start to smell because this permanent son of our country, whose father was a former and very vice president from Lofa County, he come here and say this thing should go back into audit. Here's the question you want to think and ask yourself. This Dr. Harry Foma Moluba's son, who does he support? Now let's play some politics here. If he supported the Unity Party and said we should go back to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf audit, if he part of the Unity Party, then that means that Unity Party will audit Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Yes, they might audit Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Let me see what I can share that with you guys here quickly here. All right. Let's see what I can share that information with you guys quickly here so you can see that here. All right. Let's see here. Front page, I just come up with something different here. Let me see. President Weah lead array of, let's see here. All right, let's see here. President Weah leads array of government official in, okay. So let's see here. Where is Dr. Harry Foma Moluba's son here? There's something here I want to show it to you guys. Let's see where he is here. I cannot find it right now. Let's see here. Should be somewhere here. Okay. I just want to show you guys that thing, but I don't think I'll be able to find it here due to time. But I did see that thing here today. Okay, let's see here. It should be here. It should be somewhere here. Yeah, okay. US info. Okay, let's see here. I'm trying to find that thing here so you guys can see it here. Let me just hit the back page here. I want to show you guys that thing. Okay, let's see here. All right, let's see the last one here. Let's see here. Another issue that's going to be coming up tomorrow too is this. There's another issue going to be coming up tomorrow, just so you know. Anyway, let's come back to the video here. I don't have time to show you guys that. Let's come back to the video here. But just so you know, there's another issue coming up tomorrow. All right, another issue coming up tomorrow. Sienna Yates. I think her name is Sienna Yates or Sienna something. All right. Yes. She is being nominated as the next Chief Justice. I think her name is Sienna Yo. Sienna Yo is the wife of, the wife of Edwin Snow. Yeah, Sienna Yo. She's the wife of Edwin Snow. She got some issue, but tomorrow we'll be looking at it. Tomorrow we'll be looking at it in the morning. So join us. But let's come here and conclude this guy's statement here, right? It's very important. Let's come here and conclude this guy's statement.
I am saying the sanction is biased. Go back. There are many things behind. If you want an argument, we can bring the argument up, USA. There are many issues behind that you should have put sanctions on. You haven't put sanctions on it. We saw Thomas was sent Dyer. For what? Because he made a statement against you people. Me, I am covered with the blood and nobody can touch me. Why? Jesus is my master. I say again, Jesus is my master. I'm a servant of Jesus Christ. I'm being led by the Holy Ghost. Reverend Reese, I'm sorry for you. You are lukewarm. You do not have the Holy Ghost in you. Mr. Ambassador, we want to appeal to you that as you put sanction, again I say you need to go back. There are some things that took place in this country financially that you need to go back to. When the former John Molu, what was his job? The former Auditor General, he insinuated, he wrote and said that the Helen Johnson government was 3 times corrupt than the Judy Bryant government. What?
And I think he's right? Some of you guys that watched the video with me last Sunday, we played that video. You saw that video where John Molu said the government was 3 times corrupt and he gave reason, right? So he's going back. There are a lot of audit reports that on back order that never got through due process. So he's going back there. So he's throwing a very heavy challenge out there to the sanction against this 3 official versus the past administration. But the question here is why we did not, put those plan of action to continue with the audit that he's asking for. So even without even speaking to the US, you can tell that the US will say, but you had a president who had the opportunity to audit these people. We didn't stop him from doing so. He chose to do that.
Why you never put a sanction on Helen Johnson? Why are you people so biased? I am saying to you, United States of America, you are targeting George Manuel Weah. But guess what? He's also a prophet sent by God to redeem his people. What kind of a president you will have that will be working with opposition?
I want to say,
have you seen it in Africa before? That the president will open his arms to opposition? See what he's doing for Nimba County. See what he's doing for Lofa County. Why you people want to damage our record? We beg you people. Don't bring war to our country. You need to help us. You are not helping us, USA, as you're supposed to help us. If you were helping us, this PL-40 thing, you would have squashed it.
Now, yeah, what he's saying now, he's going more deeper now. He alluding to the work that Mr. Weah is doing in Nimba County and Lofa County. So in his rebuttal against Reverend Reed, he's trying to clear all this comment he made with the international community. He tried to appeal to his common people on the ground, and he tried to tell the Liberian people about the way George Weah is doing, and that is the reason why they're trying to sanction him. Do not underestimate the words. They got the propensity, the energy to resonate with the people.
Every time we want to do start planting rice, you supply us rice. For what reason? Leave us so we can plant our own rice. We sell the rice and make money. I mean it. What I'm saying, you people are being biased. If you are not biased, go back a little bit and begin to put sanctions on some of the past government officials. There's this group in the UK called Expose Corruption. Gentlemen, go and download Expose Corruption. The last 5 years, they made statements on the past government. Why America never sanctioned the president, Helen Johnson Sirleaf, and her people? Why? I'm through with that. Something else. I would like to speak now to the president and the CDC.
Now, this is very key, and after this, we're going to end the show. This is where I want you to really open your mind. I think what he about to say, I don't want to predict or I don't want to preempt what he's going to say, but I want you to listen to what he's about to say and how he's going to say it. There were three things he hit on here today: the referee, the spoon, and then the referee, the sanction, and he included that with the spoon people, and then he came out to no, I think it was four, clearing his name out, referee, the sanction, spoon, and now CDC. So he about to speak to his people right now of the CDC, and I want you to listen to what he is about to say. If you listen to him the first time, well, listen again, because I'll be able to feel like on these things as to what he's going to say. So let's start it.
Mr. President, Ambassador George Weah, I would like to say to you, you choose me to come into politics, because you believe in me. I say, you still believe in me. But because of some of the people you are having around you, who only want to speak to you what you want to hear, and Solomon George will not speak to you what you want to hear, but what you are supposed to hear, you've pushed me away. You need to meet me on a weekly basis and listen to my stupidity or my nonsense and take the sense out of the nonsense. I can never be a minister of state and tint your government the way it has been tinted. All the other areas, forget about it. The minister of state is the door to the presidency, is the door to the president. If that position is attacked, Mr. President, I want you to know you are being attacked. I'm asking you, Mr. President, to stop dying with the devil. You dine with the devil will clobber you. Mr. President, we need to start planting rice. This PL40
So now he's trying to split the thing here. Now he's saying that McGill is the devil. And McGill has really done a lot of things to people who were part of the CDC, former sedition. And he's a victim too. So he's appealing to the president. But will the president listen to him? I don't think so. Because the many things he spilled out here, some of them are flammable things, very toxic. So the president, in my opinion, will not associate himself with him. Because if the president wants to find a resolution to that sanction, he's not going to buy into this guy saying. So, like somebody said, he needs to go to the embassy and express himself. And that person is right. He can go to the embassy and call on the ambassador and have a conversation with the ambassador, because the ambassador is in the country to have a conversation with them. But sometimes they want to appeal to their people. They want to show how tough they are. But I think I agree with whoever just said that he needs to go to the embassy. And write the embassy, ask them for a conversation with the ambassador and express it with the press there. And I think that would make sense. But the issue of telling George Weah now to go into food production, it's not going to happen, because here's why. For every bag of rice sold in our country, I'm hearing that George Weah is getting, I think, $2.50, United States, $250, $2.50 US. George Weah is getting on every bag of rice that is sold. So he's not going to change that. And nobody's stopping George Weah, for not asking the agriculture ministry to invest into agriculture. But because George Weah is benefiting economically, so he's not going to be really willing to allow, the proliferation of agricultural activities. You got a guy they call Anshon Jabba who goes around and show people that he's doing something. And Mr. Weah already serious to expand businesses. You listen to the first guy who came on the show and said the president said we'll not be spectators, but we're not even around the stadium. We are far away from the soccer stadium. So what he's saying about the P40 rice supply, those are things when Liberia was not really empowered with knowledge in the different form of agriculture. The U.S. started helping by bringing rice here to be purchased for us to eat. But we are gone many, many years up to now, and we still living the same life. We still doing the same thing. And now he wants to call George Weah to not focus on the rest. No, George Weah is conditioned on two reasons. One, he's benefiting from the sale of every bag of rice. Two, he's not going to compromise that because that's how the Liberian people are conditioned to keep politicians in office. So he's fighting a battle that he's not going to win.
The law we are having here has to go. Mr. President, we need to take some mines, gold mine, diamond mines we are having here, and begin to put reserve in our central bank to build our economy. We cannot be selling diamond and gold and we don't have an inch of any of them in our coffers.
That would be very difficult to do. That would be very difficult to do because if you look at Joshua right now, as far as the mineral protection go, the natural resources reservation law, there hasn't been a natural resources assessment that has been done since we are into office. Today, our natural resources, whether it's in the embryo stage, whether it's in the middle age or middle stage, whether it is being exploited as the way it is, we are not doing anything because there are evidence out there that we are in law from Jamaica, from New York, in the different part of the country using heavy equipment to extract most of the mineral from our country. So when he talk about natural resources reservation, we are is not serious. The Ministry of Lands and Mines has not been empowered to look at lands that that should be preserved for future use by the next generation. We are not doing anything on that. And I won't be surprised if another sanction comes and say, look, every illegal mineral that is taken out of Liberia will not be sold on the world market. I can see that sanction coming up because these guys are really, really damaging our country over there, and we are doing nothing. He may be saying the right thing, but Weah hands is beyond his appeal right now. He's not coming back. And that's one of the reasons why Mr. Weah needs to leave office, because Mr. Weah is mortgaging everything in his country. And there's nothing he will stop at but to get to where he thinks he will get rich at. All right. So let's listen to him again. We are wrapping up.
We need to think about the future. And let me speak again. I say, there is a need, Mr. President, for what I call the come to Jesus meeting before the elections. There are your citizens that are bleeding. Mr. President, this is something you don't want to hear. There are your citizens that are bleeding. They are hate. I, Solomon George, I am hate. But because you are the president, I know I slow down on that. Because you are the president. Hoping that you will sit down and listen to some of us. You have some of your people in your hierarchy in the executive. They disrespect us vehemently, rudely. We fought for this government to come to power. And we cannot fight. After plundering this country politically, then we are kicked away. I have worked for you before. I worked with you before. You know what I am made of. I am truthful. I have never lied to you before. I will always fight for you. But guess what? Loyalty is not permanent. Loyalty must be honest. When people that are loyal to you, Mr. President, their loyalty is not honest, they will walk away. I'm saying it to you. I think you've heard that before. I'll say it again, Mr. President. Loyalty is not permanent. Loyalty must be honest. If people that are loyal to you, Mr. President, are not cared for by you, Mr. President, they will walk away. I give an example. Let people say what they want to say. I have been keeping, you brought me to this big town politics. I've been keeping district number 7 for you. You, Mr. President, you cannot show us what you gave to district number 7.
See that? So that's the disconnect right there. That's the disconnect right there. Let me say this. In all fairness to this guy, no matter your disagreement with him, based on his behavior past and present now, what he just said is the truth. This guy had been completely cut off from meeting George Weah. Yes, he had been cut off. You see, not everyone who supported George Weah from the grassroots to where he is enjoying the government. Why is it true that he represented it? He doesn't have access to the president. And this is no joke. It's true. There are several times he made attempt to meet the president turned him down. And that's why he said loyalty doesn't sustain itself. They are happy that McGill, Bill Traore, especially the two, they are happy. Many Liberians are happy that they are leaving that man right now. To be honest, those people not only affecting us. Even some of the people who should have spoken to George Weah earlier to be better, even though it's late now. Those guys destroyed that man. They destroyed that man. And there's one more guy hanging in there too. I'm not going to say his name here, but he also is part of that problem too. There's one more guy who is in there. They destroyed this man. But he's saying why he's right. I mean, why he's entitled to. He's right, to be honest with you. But the damage has been done. And there's no second round. Whether he saved that place or not, all it takes is for the opposition to rigorously campaign, double, quadruple every day to win the district. Because there are some districts that will be a very hard to win district because of their loyalty to Georgia. But if you can capture more of the other district, but what he's saying is the goddamn truth. Yes, there are many of them who are loyal, but they have been turned away.
But I'm still keeping the people for you, hoping that you will take a 12 years time so you can finish what you started. Mr. President, stop dining with the devil. Take it very serious. We need something that we have to work on called the Sovereign Wealth Fund. Mr. President, let your finance minister explain to you what Sovereign Wealth Fund is. We need to go to it. Our country is rich. Some of your wise men have not been speaking to you positively. So you need to leave some of those wise men, and come to some of the people like me who can talk nonsense. I talk my nonsense, you take the sense out of it, you throw the non outside. You told me before, my grandma said, when someone is talking nonsense, listen to them, take the non and throw it away, use the sense for a forward march. Some of us need to meet you on a weekly basis. You and I started life way back. Today we are, and God has put us to lead Liberia and not to rule Liberia. Some of your wise men have turned into rulers and not leaders.
That's a valid point he made right there. But then let's go back to what he said, that whatever your minister of state does, it affects you. Remember when he said that? Whatever your minister of state does, it also affects you. So when he says some of your close confidants are ruler, and you need to get rid of them, so that validates what he said. And that is why today many of them are not around the president. But it's too late for them now because the damage has been done. It's too late for them. They just have to fight for their individual position. But again, don't underestimate the voters. Don't underestimate these people. And I think Michelle said that. I don't know why he's still here. Because the government got money and they control the system. And if you let your guys down and don't understand and focus on those two things, it's very, 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 very important. Don't let it down. Michelle wrote that thing, and he's right. They got the money and they control the system. Don't overlook that. What the guy is doing here, he's playing the victim role right now. He's playing the victim role. He's being tough on Weah to let Weah know that he appreciates the sanction, because those who have been blocking them for seeing him, he considers them to be devil, and he need to start whining and downing with them, and he need to come back. You hear the man saying we used to be together. Yes, they both went to West Point. I mean, they went to Wareheston from West Point, Claratown. They were friends. But because he had ascended to that place, things are turning around. But Weah now is going through a tough time with the sanction. Well, let me just throw something out to you guys. Is it possible? Let me just throw something to you guys. This is just something that I would call a case now, something for you to think about here, because we're about to leave now. Is it possible? And this is just a hypothetical example here. So I want you to listen to me here. Is it possible that Weah is tired with these guys and said, geez, I don't know what I should do with these guys? And then one thing you know, the ambassador came to the man and said, but who are your people that gave you problem? Well, my chief of staff, McGill, that guy they called Bill Tuawe, and the other guy they called Tue. I really want to get rid of these guys, but I'm afraid. Oh, is that all, Mr. Weah? Yes, well, I can help you. We can put sanction on them, and you just have to act on it. Now, is it possible that something is happening that way? Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. Let's conclude this thing.
And most, if not all, of your wise men you are having in cabinet, they are mean to the Liberian people. Very stingy. Very, very mean. What I'm saying here today, I want someone to counter me. Even you, Mr. President, tell me, say, Solomon George, you lie. These 6 things doth the Lord hate, yea, the 7th is an abomination. I'm not a liar. I will never lie to you. We need, the CDC needs a come to Jesus meeting. To the Liberian people, my people, we beg you, we hold your feet. I'm begging you. I do not remember a time I have lied to the Liberian people. These people want to get rid of George Manuel Weah.
That's a dangerous policy there. They appeal to the Liberian people. That's a dangerous policy. You know, he tried to be very descriptive here. These people, but he's not looking at what Weah has done to the people. And this is where the politics can get very, very nasty. Because he's trying to create a buffer between those who see the right thing and want Weah to leave. He is saying to the same Liberian people, don't listen to them because they're against us. And this is very dangerous for our politics. Very, very dangerous.
Because they see to it that he will surely win the next election. I'm begging you people to talk to your children, not to be jumping in the streets. Yesterday, Sunday, between 11 and 12 o'clock, a group of motorcyclists with backers behind them, over 30. Can't you see that the entire country is becoming lawless? And young people are putting roadblock up country. They are speaking to us, you're listening to us, but we refuse to listen to them. So they will go wayward. Our people are speaking to us, we need to listen to them. Mr. President, I'm appealing to you. You are somebody who, when you give your ears, you give them. Please begin. We're not saying it's impossible, but we're saying we should not never let it happen again. That Grady Allison thing that they did there, it will not happen. These people that are talking now, then he made all type of remarks that are on security, that are destabilizing to the security. Why these 2 TVs and Liberal Satanic Council of Churches and Spoon TV, why they never spoke? I'm appealing to the Liberian people to please have a calm mind, have understanding to know that we must give George Manuel Weah a chance to finish what he has started.
No, that would not work. That would not work. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. This is where now he broke the camel back. George Weah had not even started anything to finish with. And this is where the opposition need to come together and support Mr. Cummings. That open appeal, it shows that they have lost the interest of the Liberian people. But he's trying to repel that. He's trying to fix that. Yes, he's trying to fix that. So nobody should buy into that. He's trying to fix that. It's not going to work. So that one, the weakness right there. Weakness is right there. Yes, very late. Yes. So again, I have to double the effort. Yes. Oh, Armstrong Japa is here. What's up, Armstrong? Thank you for stopping by. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the show has come to an end. I'm not going to listen to his QA section because we are pressed with time. So, I'd like to say a big thank you to every one of you guys for taking your time out today. Tomorrow evening, I will not be here because it's Thursday. Tomorrow evening, I believe it's Thursday. All right. But let's see what happens in the morning. Let's say if Mr. Weah does something strange tomorrow, maybe fire the guys, then we'll be back here on Thursday. If everything stays the same, nothing escalate, the current and trending issue will be here. But again, I would like to say a big thank you to you guys. I think we started on a not so good footing, but now we figure out that this crazy laptop is acting up. So we'll be using the other laptop here. Thanks to those who continue to send their lay 2 cents my way. I appreciate you guys for that. Don't forget, tomorrow we will be broadcasting on, or how do you call it, on the Hot Money FM tomorrow. Very soon will be, the guy in Liberia very soon will be receiving that device I sent to him, and then we'll start the evening broadcast. All right. Maybe we'll schedule time because his in the evening is somehow mine in the afternoon here. So we'll have to find a common time where we'll actually be broadcasting away from the radio. He will be at home and I will be at home. We'll be broadcasting together. All right. Alex, I haven't followed up on that radio station issue because I've been very busy. So I will try maybe if not tomorrow, Friday, to reach out to the guy. Because Alex has sent me another guy information that I need to work with. So let's see how things will be. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say a big thank you to every one of you guys. Thank you so much for everything. All right, let us keep fighting the fight. We have to understand the people that we're working with. Yeah, we have to understand their mindset. We got to understand their mindset. What happened today? I was up 4 a.m. No, today was Flag Day. Today was Flag Day. LIB it was a holiday in Liberia, so there were no broadcasts. Yes, good night to everyone. Yeah, so LIB today was Flag Day, and there was, I mean, nothing went on in Liberia today. I don't know why they're celebrating Flag Day. I don't know. They need to scrap that other holiday there. But Liberian people, we just like good time. We had a good time. All right. So, guys, thank you so much for the opportunity. You all saw the video, the presentation, how we believe that Mr. Cummings will be a very well measured leader, not like Mr. Weah. All right. So, you all saw it. And, so you all saw it here. Let's go back to that video there quickly. Let's go back to that video so you can see here what Mr. Cummings has done here. I really want to show this one to you guys before we leave here. All right. So, let's go back here, and before we leave here, so let's go back. So here, Mr. Weah is screwing up right here. All right, here, Mr. Weah is not doing anything here, but you see Joe Biden listed his stuff here. Now, when you come here, you see Mr. Cummings as a philanthropist. He is all lining things in the black bullet point here, just as Mr. Biden. So this is an individual who I believe is ready to stir the shape of this country, and I think that he should be given that chance to do so. Yes, I know there are challenges. I think if he starts now, we'll be able to reduce those challenges. But it's not Mr. Weah. Mr. Weah cannot be given a chance for another 6 more years. No, it would be a damage, a blow to us. We need somebody fresh now. We don't have time. So we need somebody fresh. Give him the opportunity. If he screw it up, we'll know we made the right choice because we'll know who he is. If he does the right thing, we will also know that we made the right choice and not the wrong one. So until we can judge Mr. Cummings, or before we judge him, we have to put him in a chair. We was the same thing 5 years ago. People said we are not qualified. Many, including myself, say, "Oh, we can't judge the man. Let's put the man there." Cummings now got a unique platform, and he's ready to implement the platform. He giving up a breakdown of how he's going to do it. We need to give him that opportunity and see what he can do. See you guys. God bless you guys. See you guys in the morning. God bless you guys. Good night. Bye-bye.